everyone, I'm Talia Hagler and this is On the Bright Side, a good news show about the Valley. We're sponsored by KO Consulting, a Valley firm that provides economic and community development consulting to business owners, nonprofits, and government entities. Now, if you're someone who loves to be out in nature, this first story is definitely for you. Most of us know about the many beautiful outdoor recreational activities we have available here in the Valley. But did you know that you can go kayaking on the Mahoning River? And if you don't have a kayak, that's no problem, because Barefeet Kayak Rentals has got you covered.
Hi, I'm Justine Parise, owner-operator of Barefeet Kayak Rentals. We rent you the kayak so you can float down the river, and we will give you a ride back to your car if you need to. I got my first kayak in 2020, I believe, and that just sparked it. From that point on, I started going bobber hunting for all the people who lose their bobbers in the lake. And then when I heard Struthers was putting a boat launch in, I didn't even think twice. I just went out and bought a dozen boats and got my license and everything through the state and just went to town. For so many years, we heard how bad the river was. Don't go in that water, you know, things like that. They've cleaned it up so much, and they've been doing so much work to keep the river clean and to build parks along the river so that families can come down and enjoy it again. And there's so much to see here. I've had clients see a bobcat sitting on a fence just watching them float down the river. Clients that see eagles soaring down the river in front of them. It's such a beautiful sight. This is going to be my third summer. Last year I tripled in the business. It was so exciting, so busy. It was an experience. I'm ready for it to keep going. I want everybody to learn that we have a beautiful river that could show them so much more than what they see on land.
Barefeet Kayak Rentals also does fundraising floats on the river. And for those of you who are a little intimidated by kayaking on the river, they often start people out on a lake so you can get comfortable being on the water. If you're ready to start floating, you can learn all about them on Facebook by using the QR code on the screen. And now to a nonprofit you've probably all heard of, but you may not know just how much they do for the community. When you hear Youngstown Area Goodwill, you probably think of all the amazing thrift finds you can get there. But as their CEO, Shelley Murray, tells us, they are so much more than a store.
I'm Shelley Murray. I'm the Executive Officer of Youngstown Area Goodwill Industries. What many people don't know about us from our name is that we are actually located in 5 counties, Trumbull, Mahoning, and Columbiana counties in Ohio, and Mercer and Lawrence County in PA. We have 10 store locations across those 5 counties. We also offer services, so we're actually a social enterprise where a lot of people know us for our stores. We like to say that we are more than a store. You drop off any donated items, we put those out on the sales floor, and that creates jobs within our stores. Someone's collecting those items, someone's sorting those items, pricing them, putting them out, and of course you have all of the retail employees within the stores, and that money that's generated then goes back into workforce development, where we provide anything from interview, resume prep, we help with skill assessment, we help give people resources, guide them to programs or other nonprofits in our community, service providers who can help them to gain the skills that they need to find the position that they're looking for. When I started here, I was given the directive to get the mission of Goodwill out and really work within the community. So I started taking a look at what other organizations were doing and came across how the regional chamber is working to really help empower marginalized individuals and recreate a workforce and to bring new populations to our community. And that resonated with me because everything about Goodwill is based on working with those in underserved, marginalized communities, giving a voice to those who don't have a voice. The workforce needs assessment that we completed last year in partnership with the Regional Chamber really confirmed what we as a community already knew, that there were barriers within transportation, childcare, and behavioral health, keeping people from employment. So what it's done for us here at Goodwill is allowed us to be more intentional about the next steps that we take in how we can utilize the resources that we have and work within the community. What we hope to come out of this post-community needs assessment is a stronger community with a well-equipped, stronger, ready-to-go workforce.
Youngstown Area Goodwill also has a podcast called Good Community Podcast. You can find the latest episodes of that show, as well as store locations, volunteer opportunities, and training and employment programs on their website, goodwillyoungstown.org. And now we hear from our sponsor who makes this whole show possible, KO Consulting.
Hello, I'm Kristen Olme. I am the CEO of KO Consulting. We are a community and economic development firm here in the Mahoning Valley. We serve nonprofit organizations, small business, and government clients with all their community and economic development needs. That could be grant writing, business planning, project development, project planning, grant compliance, all of the above. We are incredibly proud of the work we do and the clients we serve here in the Mahoning Valley. In fiscal year 2024, we completed roughly about 80 million in grant requests, and of those grant requests, we were able to secure about 35 million back for the Valley. That is a great ratio. We're very happy with the work that we've done. The Youngstown and Mahoning Valley area has so much to offer, and we're just happy to be able to serve those clients and bring those dollars back into the Mahoning Valley.
Thank you so much for joining us. Help us spread the good news by sharing the show. We'll see you all next time. Have a great day, everyone.
On the Bright Side is produced by Mahoning Valley Productions, where we tell your stories.